Hey, it's Michelle Butt, and I'm back with another Ask Me Anything answer to a question. And so this is piggybacking on last week's Ask Me Anything video, where we were talking about, well, how do you know what you're looking for? And I said, it's the thing that's popping out at you most. And we talked a little bit about if that's a video interaction, then you can see kind of the feature that is moving around the most, or that is pointing its light at you because of the feature and the way that person is changing the feature to give you some information about the underlying intention and the underlying emotion or logic thing that they're hitting that you need to be more clear about or possibly reframe. Now, what if you like to do your strategy calls on a phone call? And so you want to know, how do I use this to do that and still figure out what's pointing, what is the shining light for me? And so one of the things is that I suggest is that you find a picture of that person. And so Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google, almost every single person has a picture of them somewhere. And you look at that picture as you are conducting the call. So you're not doing anything else. Maybe you have your questions there, or your notes, or your script, however you do your calls, but you have that picture front and center so that you're constantly seeing the feature that is pointing out at you. So in a picture, we can still discern that feature that is like, oh, look at those eyes, or wow, look at that nose, or that's an interesting birthmark on their cheek. You see the thing, and that thing is, even in a static, two-dimensional, unmoving picture, has information for you. So if a nose is really noticeable, and it's noticeable because it's really prominent, then you are going to know from your facial acuity skills that you get by learning this work, that has something to do with the way they lead, with the way they do their work, with how much control they need, how much control they're willing to give up. And so in knowing that, now on those calls, you're going to listen for the language that that person shares with you and how they talk about their situation that has indicators of whether or not their need for control, their feeling of being a leader, their willingness to give up control, how they do their work in the world, the language around that feature and the meaning of that feature, how they say it, what they say, that tells you if that's where you need to stay, if that's out of balance, if it's in balance, if that is the place where they need the most help from you. And based on knowing facial acuity and facial intelligence, you would potentially have that information and know, okay, here's how you talk to someone who is, this feature is really important, and here are the things that you would say, here are the things that you're listening for. So if you normally talk logic and you need to talk about being able to release control and spatial energetics, based on the nose that you're seeing on that face, then you're going to switch those frameworks into frameworks that use that kind of language that is most resonant with that person. And then the feedback that you get just from the things that they say will let you know if you're on the right track or not. So facial intelligence and facial acuity sales tactics really embody the ability to be a really good observer, so to see things in the moment and to pick out great things in pictures, but also to listen for the right words and responses and to let you know you're on the right track with your client, and then to craft your words and languaging to be on the right track for them. So I hope that makes sense, and that is all for this week. And please keep sending me your questions, because I love answering them and helping you understand more about people and their faces and how to apply facial acuity to help you grow your business and grow your connections with others in all areas of your life. So I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.